feel like I can, feel that life's about to get back to normal a little bit. I can feel it, dude. I'm ready for it. I've been preparing myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll just randomly just pour beer on my floor sometimes, just so when I'm walking, my shoes kind of stick when I walk, just to remind myself, you know what I'm saying, what the real world is like. If I have people over my house, I'll just randomly bump into them and be like, oh, my bad, dude. I'm just trying to find the bathroom. You know what I mean? Just trying to remind myself what it's like. Because I feel like it's coming back, man. I can feel it, dude. I'm starting to see people, book events, plan events, festivals a couple months down the road. I think that's great, man. I think I've been seeing a lot of people kind of bashing folks like that, for planning on stuff to get back to normal. I just don't think that's right, man. I think we gotta, shit's gotta get back to normal at some point. If we don't plan for it to happen, then what are we even doing? We're just waiting? Nah, man. I think we gotta plan. I think it's totally okay, man. People planning a couple months in advance for a show. They're hoping, they're optimistic. They're optimistic shit's gonna be back to normal, bro. I can't say y'all can't be, because y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want, but I just don't think it's right that people are like bashing these artists and promoters for planning on stuff to get back to normal. Like, quit trying to cancel people for planning on stuff like that. Like, they didn't even touch nobody. Trying to cancel some people for planning stuff. It just ain't right. But look, it is what it is, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hopeful. I do hope in a couple months it's back to normal. And I hope these events that are planned, I hope they actually happen without a hitch. And you know what? If it don't happen, and we got to push shit back, it is what it is, bro. We tried. We were hopeful for the future. And it didn't work out. And that's okay. Things don't work out sometimes. It is what it is. But I am feeling good about the future. And I'm feeling good this week, bro. And I hope y'all are too. It's been a good week. It really has. And I hope y'all are having a good week, for real. And I just want to say I really appreciate everybody out there who's listening, watching, all the people who comment, all the nice stuff. I see it. Really appreciate it. It does mean a lot. And if you're watching this right now on YouTube, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment down below. I love to interact with y'all, and I really appreciate all the support on it. I do enjoy doing this podcast because we do have a great guest this week. One of the hardest workers I know, dude. My guest this week just fucking grinds, dude. All right? If you want to do something, you just go do it. And you put all of you into it. Take every opportunity that comes your way and make it your fucking bitch, dude. If you don't do that, then what are you even doing? You know what I'm saying? If you're not giving 100% to something, are you really even trying? Is what I want to know. And my guest this week does that. She fucking kicks ass at everything she does, dude. Label management, marketing, a lot of other shit. I'm not even going to go to detail about all of the shit because she'll tell you what she does better than I can tell you what she does. She does it good, man. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Chloe Suit. Come here, girl, is that ass back? Let me take my tongue and go around your dirt track. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. I swear to God, this could be the one that I marry. Hey, hey, and she's so different. I need that from behind. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. How are you doing today, dude?
I'm good. I'm busy, slammed always. How are you?
I'm good, dude. Just sitting here having a nice conversation with a nice person, dude. One of them days. For the people who don't know you, kind of like just tell everybody who you are and what you do.
So I am the marketing director for Liquid Stranger, Wakan record label, Sisquan record label, and Wakan Music Festival. So I do all of the marketing, all the social media. I help in-house PR. I do all the submission process, a little bit with the label management side of things. And I do all the distro stuff with all the distributors. So on Friday, when releases happen, it comes out on all of those DSPs.
That's all you.
Been delivered. So yeah, and then for the festival, obviously, I do all the marketing and all of the activations, all the activities. So the yoga, when we did your TVBOO talks, that kind of stuff. Obviously, I ran the social media team on site. I ran our media team on site. So I handled all the photographers, all the videographers, the after movies, recaps, whole 9 yards.
Yeah, you just a workhorse, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, I remember the first time.
Yeah,
So you and I have known each other for a couple years now. I met you. I think it was literally like the second flyout show I've ever had as TVBOO. Yeah, over at I was hanging with Tommy, and then you were already working with Wakan and with them, and I just remember you were just slam packed busy the whole time. But you and I have stayed close ever since, and I'm glad that I can finally have you on the show, and I appreciate you coming on today. But yeah, it just seems like you have just gotten busier and busier since I've known you. You know, more responsibilities, more and more. How long have you been working for Wakan or with? It would technically be with Wakan. For Wakan. I don't know how that. Yeah, technically, would it technically be for Wakan or with Wakan? What would that be? I don't know. How long have you been working with Wakan?
Both, right?
Right on. Yeah.
I've been working with them for a little over 2.5 years. So I started out just doing social media and marketing, and I was working remote. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Maryland. So I was working remotely with them for a little bit, and we've been talking about me moving out here, and it's been a whole 9 yards, and I finally pulled the plug, and I moved to good old OKC, and I'm here at the headquarters now. And since I've been here, like I said, I've taken on a little bit more, so with the submission process, actually working with the distributor, delivering the music to the DSPs, and getting all the releases out for everyone.
Yeah. So with COVID going on right now, how has your job changed? Like, what are some things that are different from just from 9 months ago for your job?
Well, in the sense of when it comes to Liquid Stranger and it comes to the festival, everything was at a stop. Obviously, we stopped touring, so I wasn't doing any of the tour marketing, and I was still doing social media and stuff like that. But a lot of the marketing aspect when it came to shows, obviously, was just completely at a standstill. When it comes to the record label, I got slammed. We started putting out way more releases. We were doing 2 a week on Wakan, 1 on Squan. So we were super busy. I mean, all of the artists right now really can do is merch and music. So that's what we've really been pumping out, is just getting hella tunes out. So it's been very busy.
They can pump out some podcasts too.
Yeah,
though. They can do that for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, so this job you have with online marketing and digital marketing, all this shit, is this something that you went to school for? How did you end up with a job like this? And how do you land a job like this? Because I know there's a lot of people out there who love Wakan and who love the music industry and want to find ways that they can be in there, but music or performing may not be their thing, and this is just a whole different avenue. So how did you land on something like this? And was this something that you prepared for going into a job like this?
So if people reach out all the time asking me how I got my job, how I got my foot in the door, I started with an internship. I went to college, and I wanted to be a teacher, and I did a few internships with a bunch of kids, and I realized 9 to 5 with a bunch of kids wasn't for me, but 9 to 5 listening to music totally was for me. So I actually switched my major completely, and I went into marketing and technology field, which is social media. And then I started just doing different classes and different practicals. And then I had to do an internship for my senior year. So I started out actually at a promotion company, and I was an intern there for about 3 to 4 months before they asked me to be their assistant marketing director. And I moved up, started doing the marketing with working under someone there. And then actually after the first festival there, I got promoted to be their marketing director. So for my last year of school, I was taking 6 classes and running a promotional company with 11 markets and 2 festivals. So I was very, very busy. And I just really started hustling. I met so many people and it was so great. I got my foot in the door. And then I kind of just took a step back from the promoter side of things. And I was like, do I still want to be on that side of things? Do I want to explore different avenues? Like, where do I want to go? And I started doing social media for just a few artists that I had connected with, and I started doing their marketing. And Neil Lucid was like, well, Con, you got to meet this girl. And so I started doing their social media for them. And then the next thing I know, I was their marketing director. And like I said, I've been with them for over 2.5 years. And I love the record label side of things. I love being on this side of the music industry. It's absolutely amazing. Get to learn so many cool things and so many different things that go into a release. It's insane. Like, you would just never even think of it.
Yeah, and you're good at your job, dude. I know every time I've hit you up or you've hit me up, like, you're always on this shit, dude. But I wanna talk to you. Like, you a teacher? Yeah. What were you wanting to teach?
I wanted to be an English teacher. I really wanted to work with kids, and I did like 3 or 4 internships actually. I went to UCF for the first 2 years of college, and I did 2 internships there and loved it. And I transferred home, and maybe it's just the kids in Maryland or what, but I was like, fuck.
What grade?
I don't know if I can say that word, but
you can say whatever the fuck you want on this podcast, dude. I have said some ridiculous fucking things on this show, dude. You can say what you love podcast. Yeah, you can say whatever the hell you want.
It was first grade. Yeah, it was a first grade class, and they were I mean, I don't think I went home, and I think I probably hit my dab pen more times that day than I think I do on a regular festival weekend. Okay. Yeah, so that should tell you a lot.
Dude, I remember in first grade, there was this one kid. I just remember he just pissed it. And I can't believe I still remember this being the first grade. Well, this kid used to just piss her off, the teacher, all the time. And one time, she was literally trying to get him out of his chair, take him to the hall, and it turned into like a chase in the room where he would like be on the other side of the room, and she was literally running and trying to chase this kid, and he's just juking her out. So fuck that noise, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was like, and now you think about it, it's like, I'd definitely rather be chasing artists and making sure they're fucking okay at a festival than making sure a first grader is okay on the playground. Oops.
Depending on the artist, dude, you know what I'm saying? You might not fucking find me, dude.
I can say though, all of our artists don't ever give me a hard time. I fucking love them. They're all great gems.
I won't give you a hard time, just a good time. That's all I give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Promise that.
Yeah, dude. I'm just trying to imagine you as a teacher, dude, because one of the things I do like about you is you don't take no bullshit. Like, if something's fucking with you, like, hey, shut the you on it, and you real what's the word, snappy sometimes, and I like that. It's fun. So seeing you as a teacher, I could just see you fucking about slapping these damn children.
I mean, right? I'd probably end up in fucking jail. So God forbid. Thank God I didn't become a teacher.
Right, dude. I mean, my mother and my sister are both teachers, but they love it, man. That's what they're good for. That's what they were made for. I do believe. Yeah, dude. But going to
believe in teachers.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. So what would you say? What'd you say?
I was saying, I believe in the teachers. It's a great job. And for the people that are teachers, I love you guys, praise you guys. Amazing, but not for me.
Shout out all the teachers out there, man. They're the real heroes out here, dude.
Yeah.
I've been teaching music production lessons, but like, you know what I mean? There's no curriculum to that. I could sit there and drink a beer in my underwear and just get people learning some dubstep. So I'm not going to lie right now.
Very true. You can get away with that.
I'm wearing.
Are you in your rent permit?
These are them fucking quarantine vibes.
I come to the opposite side.
Yeah, this is them quarantine vibes, dude. I look good from the front. I did a podcast with a lawyer a couple weeks ago, and I didn't have any shoes on. I was wearing a suit, so it was one of those times.
I did see that. It got very snazzy for the lawyer. I saw that.
I can clean up, bro. I can clean up. But I can also be a raggedy piece of shit. That I can do. But look.
Happens, right? I mean,
going back to some of this marketing stuff, what are some things that you feel like you brought to the table that, other people couldn't do? You know what I'm saying? Like, each person who is successful at something has something that they can offer. You know what I mean? Like, their type of just finesse. What are some things that you brought to that whole Wakan team that, you know, kind of sold them, or that, you know, you knew you could do better than most people?
Well, I would say the content creation is super original. I'm always looking for new things, new contests, new different things we can incorporate our fans, because it's definitely huge. Like Wakan, our fan base is everything. I mean, we're one big family. I love our fans, and super important to incorporate them. So that's a big thing. And then my advertising, I really make sure that I get you, you know, that every single click counts. Like all of my ads are, you know, I make sure that they run under 20 cents per click and over a 3.5 click-through rate, which, you know, which is better for your buck. Obviously, the more clicks and the less expensive is the best. So that's like one thing, is I really, really try to break down my audiences and really try to learn who I'm targeting per release, per artist, whether it's on a DSP, whether it's Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. It really depends on all of that. So, I mean, one advertisement for a release, I have it broken into almost 15 to 20 different ad sets. So it really is very detailed, organized, and making sure, you know, it's really getting to the right people and it's targeting the right people. It wouldn't make sense to, you know, send Shania Twain album to, you know, Kid Cudi. I don't know. Maybe he does like her. Who knows? But when you're targeting, you always want to make sure you're targeting the right people and you're making sure that it's actually what they're interested in. And it's also about not regurgitating and shoving it down their throat. You know, you don't want to be constantly just giving them stuff. You know, you want to make sure you're including your fans and they feel like they're a part of something and they are seeing all of the beautiful things that Wakan and Sisquan are bringing to the table. But not only that, they feel like they're a part of it. And that's super important.
Yeah, that is one thing I do love about, you know, Wakan, is that it does feel like it has that togetherness vibe. It's wild because it's like, you know, Liquid started it, but then it's just like making something that's like bigger than yourself and just bigger than everything, but like something that everybody can be a part of. Like I think those are some of the things that I love most about it and everything like that, man. That's wild, man.
Yeah, I mean, our goal here, bring them in and bring them up. You know what I mean? We want the best for everyone, you know, our fans, our artists, our team members, across the board. We want what's best for everyone, and we want us to grow all together and, you know, make it the best that we can be. Mm-hmm. Super important.
Whenever Liquid was on tour, were you on the road with him, or are you just at base? You're on the road? Okay, word.
No, so I go on the road for some of the tour dates. I usually do about a week at a time. So I do like 3 or 4 dates together. And then, you know, we'll stop off and I'll stay. And, you know, like for instance, when we were on the Ascension tour, I was on for about 4 or 5 dates. We had those dates in Cali. And then I actually stopped because we went to meetings or we were supposed to go to meetings in LA for a week. And then I would have hopped back on the bus and went for the next 4 dates. So that's kind of the way it rolls. Actually, they thought I was going to be the worst on the tour bus, but your girl, I would get off work, be like 3, 4, I'd smoke myself blunt, and I would crawl right into my cabin. I'd be like, nobody talk. And then I'd get up. I'd be the first one up, 7 a.m. I'd be like, I've got work to do. And everyone would just be like,
she's a machine, dude. I'm a
but yeah, they all were like,
yeah, I love the morning.
Yeah, they were worried about, they were like, you might complain in the bunk. And I was like, I'll be fine. I was like, I'll sleep like a rock.
Yeah,
and I did.
and you're on a bus with a bunch of dudes. Is it bad being like on a close encounters with a bunch of dudes? I mean, because I know dudes are just we're messy, man.
They're fucking family. They're like our team. I love our crew. Yeah, we're all so close and tight knit. And we actually have Emily, who's our merch director. She's always on the road, so she's actually on full time with them. Yeah. And then even before that, the year before, we had Tessa, our photographer. So she was on full time. So it's super nice. I always have at least one female with me. So it's good. But like I said, we're one big family. I love the boys. They're a great crew.
Yeah, dude. I had Tessa on the show and we just talked about OnlyFans for like an hour. It was a good time.
Oh, I'm sure her OnlyFans slays. Of course, you see her?
Yeah, she's one of the funniest girls I think I've ever met, dude. So I like her. She's fun, and I know Emily. Emily is a sweetheart. I like her a lot too, man. Dude, you getting off and smoking weed, man? I've smoked more weed in the last week that I have like in the last 5 years. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because used to I'd get high and I would think about embarrassing shit I did when I was a child, but now it's just like I've just accepted it. No,
Oh, it's fine. I'm sure after today I'll smoke and then I'll be like, did I say anything dumb or on the podcast? I'll be thinking about it for the next. I'm sure I'll text you a few times tonight. I'll be like, hey, was I good?
Was
good.
that cool? No, I've just come to the conclusion that
Was
I'm
I
just
cool?
embarrassing. The conclusion, I'm just embarrassing.
I mean,
so I
it's
just got to
fine.
accept it. Yep.
How to embarrass yourself?
You got to, man. I do the same thing. Like when I get high, I'm like, because I say some dumb shit on Twitter, and like when I get stoned, I'm like, I probably shouldn't be saying these things, man. I shouldn't be speaking these ridiculous things. Whoops.
Whoops.
That's wild, dude.
Blame it on the weed.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I had. Yeah, it's easy thing to do, man. And I thought weed was gay for a while, man, because every time I'd get high, I ended up making out with the dude. But I guess I've just, I've just found out it ain't the weed.
Every time I get high, I make up with my boyfriend. So
There you go, dude. There you
maybe
go.
weed makes you do that. Who knows?
Or maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just a little gay. I mean, honestly. But I mean, what is gay? You know, it's only gay if people find out. But if you say it on a podcast, then everybody finds out. So there's that.
Everybody knows.
That's where that is, dude. Just some moving to OKC because you said you moved there. You know, you already knew all the, Warpath, Optimistic, and Wakan family, but other than that, was it tough moving to somewhere you ain't been before? You know, a whole new place, new location. You know, because I moved to New Orleans and I didn't know nobody. I knew like 2 people. But I fucking ended up falling in love with it. Do you like OKC more, or are you more productive being there?
I love OKC. I love the city. I love the people. I think it's a beautiful place. I love it. I've totally fallen in love with the city. And I mean, obviously being in the office is amazing because, like I said, I've been able to take on more. I've been able to learn way more, which is super exciting. And that's been exciting. And to be able to be with my coworkers and be able to be with the team is super exciting. So I love that. And, I was in a little bit of a lucky situation where I had friends coming here because not only did I have all of my coworkers that I already knew, but I had a group of girlfriends that actually worked for me at Wakan Festival who I had become close with. So I had already had some friends here, and then I've met a bunch of great people here, and it's been super easy to relocate, honestly. It's just an amazing place. Obviously, COVID and the pandemic puts a little bit of a damper on it. It was like way harder when I first moved here. It was like right when we were like on lockdown. It was super, only I would be insane enough to move in the middle of a pandemic, but I did. And that was a little bit of a challenge because my couch, I think it took me 3 months to get one. Everything was on back order. I would like go to the store and they'd be like, yeah, you're gonna have to wait 6 months. So like when I first moved, my apartment was completely empty for the first 3 or 4 months. And I was just like, oh my God, this is terrible. I'm like, oh my God. But like now everything's good. And that was just the only hiccup. But I just took me, my dog, my cat, and my clothes and drove cross country. And here I am in OKC.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, listen, you were searching for the couches in the wrong place, dude. If I need a couch, I'm just going to drive my cute little ass down to the 9th Ward with a megaphone. Hey, I'm trying to buy a couch, and I guarantee you I'll have a couch in 5 minutes, dude. You just got to go to the right neighborhood.
God. I guess so. I should have flown you out here and like, Mitch, go find all my furniture. Just decorate my apartment for me.
Dude, trust me, I would have found you some furniture really quick. You just got to go to the right neighborhood, bro. Got to go to the right neighborhood. Dude,
I end up in like the worst part of
but with dope furniture. And dope stories.
Furniture.
Dope stories, dope friends. You know what I'm saying? You make new friends, new neighborhoods, good times.
I could have maybe even met my potential soulmate there.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Might have missed out.
Might have, dude. But the boyfriend you have now might be the wrong one, dude. You never fucking know, man. If you would have went in that neighborhood. Dude, so...
I think the one I got now, he's a good one.
Right on. Hell yeah. I believe it. So check it. On this show, there ain't really secrets, okay? There's no... people like to spoil things that are coming up on this show. That's just what happens, okay? So, you're marketing What's Wakan got coming up other than fucking music, dude? What's the next event? I know y'all are probably keep it secret, but here's where you let people know what's happening. You know, are there any plans right
It's a
now?
secret.
Well, are there any? All right, so check it. I knew you weren't going to go into details, but are there any plans right now for, are balls rolling, or are there conversations about, some future events that are going to happen? Is there anything like that being talked about?
There are conversations. There are conversations for sure. Obviously, right now, like the most important thing though is just being safe, being precautious. It's really obviously everyone wants to be optimistic and everyone wants to be hopeful. Everyone, of course, would love for events to come back, but it's also about really taking the precautions to make sure it's safe and COVID friendly, like spaced out, whole 9 yards. But yes, there has been talk, obviously, for things. Obviously, we just did the Halloween event, and that was super awesome. Drive-ins have been super cool. Cold. Yes, it was very cold. I had my furry jacket on all 3 nights and still froze. So yeah, it was very cool.
But it was a fucking awesome event, dude. God, that event was so much fun.
Hell yeah. I needed that event. I needed some live music in my life. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I think I'm getting my hearing back. I was like, we gotta get to an event. We gotta do something.
Dude, that show was like almost like a reminder, right? Because it was like the crowd had every reason not to have a good time. It was raining. The night I played, it was raining. It was freezing. And it was like, they literally had every bit of excuse to either not come or just be like, oh, fuck, I don't want to be here. But that's what's so great about that Wakan crowd, dude. They don't give a fuck. If anything, it made it more fun for them. Like, they were just going so hard, having such a good time. And that was, like, such a reminder because it's been a minute since I had seen it. So, like, that just, like, refreshed, like, my love for a lot of things.
Hell yeah. It's so nice to see our fans when they all get together. They're all so happy to see each other and they're from all over the place. They know each other. I mean, I don't think our fans are beautiful. I love them so, so much. And, even like our stranger stream that happened, just watching all their comments, it's so crazy. It's like everyone knows each other. They're like, oh, I met you at so-and-so festival. It's like, oh, I saw you at this takeover. And now they're like BFFs. It's just, I love it. They're beautiful.
It's a community, man. That's what's up, though. So you had mentioned earlier, and I remember seeing this on the Wakan SoundCloud, and I remember because I remember back in the day, man, like listening to Wakan, I was like, fuck, dude, this shit's awesome. I wish I could get my music to submit or somewhere. There used to not be any type of email on their pages, but now the email is your email. How many fucking submissions do you get? And here's the thing, like, I know it all comes down to, like, Martin basically giving the thumbs up on, like, who's on it and everything, but do y'all do submissions now? Is that a thing that y'all used to not do? And how many do you go through?
So we still don't do submissions because we still are like a mom and pop. My contact is on there. Obviously, I do all the PR and all the marketing, and I'm point of contact, so that's there. But I mean, I have a submissions folder, and it's deep. It is steep. It is very, very steep. And I always try to listen, and I always try to give feedback, and I definitely try because I do want to make sure that I'm listening to everything. But it's hard because, like I said, we still really don't take per se submissions. So, but yes, it is there full throttle. I probably get, I would say, anywhere from 15 to 25 a day. And then, yeah, I mean, the inbox it's a little steep. And I always feel bad because I want to respond to everyone, but I'm like, oh, but I already have 500 other emails that I'm like trying to dig out. So I'm like, okay. So I just try to listen while I'm working and just try to give a little bit of feedback because everyone needs some loving on their tunes.
Yeah, so what you're saying is if anybody out there wants to be on Wakan, they need to send their music to you. Even whips. They don't even have to be fully finished songs. They can just send, half-done songs.
Send them.
Next thing you know, you're
just send them to me.
Next thing you know, you're releasing on Wakan.
Next thing you know, I'm writing a song.
Hey, I got this idea.
I'll finish the song.
You're like, they send you an email. Hey, I have this idea. It's not finished yet, but you think it could get on Wakan? It's not even a link. It's just an email with just words.
I have gotten some emails where it's literally just like no subject, and then I open it and it just says, "Yo, can I submit?" And I'm just like,
I was gonna ask.
"Sure, send it right now. It's open."
Yeah, that was gonna be kind of my next question. Is like, since there is, like I said, there wasn't an email there for the longest time, and now it's yours, right? And so now, do you have just people hitting you up now, like, yo, how can I get on here? Like, hey, what can I do? Or like, you feel like people are like sliding in the DMs for a reason, you know what I mean? Not being creepy, but like going in for music shit.
I was gonna say, literally, like, girls are always like, "Oh, this is sliding in my DM." Like, I have people slide in my DMs all day long, and not once is it creepy at all. It is literally all music and all tunes. And like I said, I try to respond. I try to give, advice. I try to listen. I try to give feedback as much as I can. And yeah, I mean, like you said, my name is on all of the platforms, like my email is. So everyone kind of sends it to me. And, I just try to give them a little bit of feedback, or I just let them know that we're still not taking submissions, but.
Wait, you mean to tell me you don't get no creepy DMs? Because I get creepy DMs, bro. You got to be getting them.
I mean, sometimes, but mostly no. Honestly, not really. I really don't. I can honestly say that a lot of my message request is mostly, it's always people asking me how I got into the industry, how I got my job, just telling me, saying that they really appreciate what I do and how much they love Wakan. And those messages, I mean, those make my day. I think that's at the end of the day, like, that is what makes me happy, is that, we're providing something to our fans that makes them happy. Like I've always said, when we're at shows, my favorite part of the show is looking out and seeing all of our fans smile. That to me is the most beautiful thing in the world. But yes, I think a lot of people just are very respectful. I don't know. I really don't deal with the creepy DMs too much. And if I do, it's like no one in the music industry. It's like, no way. It's like just like some random guy. Like, I love the ones that are like 93 and they're like, "Hey, looking for a sugar daddy?" And I'm like, "Hey, no."
I love it on like the SoundCloud comments. People are like looking for those are the best. It's like, "Wow, I've been looking for this all day. Thank you for commenting on my track that you're hot and live now." Those are the best, man.
It's like, thank you. Yeah, those are great. Gotta love those, right?
Who clicks those? You know what I'm saying?
I need to know who clicks those to make those guys think it's okay to still be commenting that. I need to know who are the clickers on that.
I'm 19 and hot now. Click here to see me live. It's like, what the fuck? Get off my dubstep track, dude.
That's it. It's like, whoa. It's like, my song is literally about fucking God only knows. It's like alien having sex. It's fine. It's like, calm down.
This song's about eating crawfish. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's called Crawdaddy. Came to the wrong post.
And then again, you did make a song about booties tasting like strawberries. So God only knows how many people are commenting on yours, asking you.
Oh, dude, just wait till you hear the comedy album. But no, I did. I had a Taboo Talks where I was like making fun of EDM Twitter, and like it was a picture of like my new outfit. And it was just my ass. That's all it was. It was just my ass pic. And the DMs I got after that, motherfucker, dude.
Were they into it? Were they like, hell yeah? Or were they like,
yeah? I was surprised. I got a lot of dude DMs. I expected that, but I was surprised how many chicks were into dude asses.
Ladies.
Yeah. I had no idea.
Ladies.
No idea, dude.
Oh my goodness.
It's hysterical.
So funny. Oh my. I feel like when I post, like if I like were to post like even a bikini pic, I feel like I get less traction. I feel like people are like, they're like, "No, mom, stop. I'm like, okay, sorry.
Dude, I feel
like people are always like, "Oh my."
You go ahead. Yeah, I interrupted you, and I apologize.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I feel like my Instagram, people like go to my Instagram also like expecting it to be like so extravagant, like a million posts. I haven't been on my own Instagram probably in months. I mean, I'm just logged into way too many other accounts. So every time someone follows me, they're like, "Oh, you haven't posted in a year and a half." I'm like, go check what Khan's posted 3 times today.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. No, I found my most engaged posts are ones where I'm completely naked. For real.
Isn't that funny? I mean, must bring the ladies.
Yeah, dude, I can post a video of like an animated video for like a Recon release, and they're like, cool. But then I post a video of me naked in front of a barn, and it's over with. It's just like City, dude. I don't get it, but right on.
It's I really think it's the fans love seeing the personal side of artists. You know what I mean? Getting
Yeah.
to feel like it. I feel like they really love getting to know who an artist is. Like it's so exciting to be like, oh, Martin instead of like Liquid Stranger. Like people like love to say that. It's like so exciting to them. We're like, did you see Martin's martial arts in his background in his photo? It's like people like literally he posted a picture on Twitter and everyone like zoomed in and like one guy was like, oh my God, your movie collection. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are really intense. But then it's just like they really just want to get to know the artist themselves. So that's like super exciting to them.
Yeah.
So I mean, you showing your ass is probably the most exciting content ever.
Get to really know me through and through from head to toe.
Really getting to know you right through the ass.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's really what I want from my favorite DJ is ass pics. I don't want music. I just want ass pics.
Like, please don't put out music, sir. We just want to see a deck of ass shots. Thank you.
I just want to see Dak.
So what you're telling me is I should forget about your release coming up and just insert, but got it.
I'm starting the OnlyFans, deleting my SoundCloud. Goodbye.
We're fucking out. Music's out for us.
Yeah, dude. It's instead of at Music by Taboo, it's at Booty by Taboo. Or it's just at Tab Booty.
Tab Booty. That's so good.
That's all it is, dude.
That's a good one. Got to do it now. Now I expect your next record that you send me to be called that.
Tab
That
Booty.
is what I want.
I got some ridiculous.
Tab Booty.
I do have a list in my phone of like you'd be surprised how many of my songs start from a ridiculous song name. You know what I mean? Like a majority of them start from just a name or like a ridiculous idea. And I just have this list in my phone of just ridiculous song titles that will be made one day. So you'll be seeing them. I'll send you these songs and you'll see it and you'll be like, son of a bitch. Yeah, that is from that list. It has to be.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing those and hearing those.
Good.
Definitely.
Well, look, dude, I wanted to ask you about, because you work in the music industry and you're a woman in the industry, and you know what I'm saying? Women can do anything, but I wanted to know if being a woman, because I'm sure there's a lot of women out there who would love to do exactly what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women out there who want to be in the music industry, and the music industry is a majority, men at the helm. It is a majority men business, I feel like, but there are a lot of women in here doing a lot of really amazing things. Have you had to overcome anything different that like men wouldn't do, or has there been anything you've had to overcome, and has being a woman made any of this experience any different? And if it has, what have you done to overcome that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, of course, it's a little bit harder being a woman in our industry. It's a male-dominated industry a little bit. So obviously, a lot of the times you do deal with that a little bit of, balance of domination for the men. But I have to say that I dealt with it very much in the beginning of my career, very early on. I was younger. I was just getting into it. And I was a little bit less, as you said, snappy. So I kind of, just would be like, okay, and like do it. But now I kind of, like you said, I don't really take any shit. And I know my shit. I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm good at my job. And as long as I'm doing my job and I'm doing it correctly and I'm staying to it, you can't really say anything to that. And it also helps that, I have an amazing team behind me. Martin and Loper, they support and empower women so powerfully. And that's super important that they, give us this platform to really stand up for what's right and stand up for women and give us that. And that's about all empowering women. And that's exciting. All of the employees at Wakan are female. Yeah. I'm the marketing director. Emily's our merch director. And we actually just brought on a new girl, Ashley, who's doing a little bit of product management. So it's all three girls in our house, which that is very exciting to me. I love that. I always want to help girls in the industry. Because like you said, it is a little bit harder for us to get our foot in the door sometimes. And for whatever reason, and I think maybe it's just because it is a little bit more dominated, but like I said, if you work hard and you do your job right and you do your job good, you will succeed. And that goes across the board for anyone, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
What were some of those things that made it more difficult in the beginning? Were anything that, because of being a woman, what were some of those things that made it a little weird, not weird, difficult in the beginning?
Well, I mean, of course, sometimes, you'd come in a little bit, they would be like, oh, young girl, she doesn't know what she's talking about, a little bit demeaning. Sometimes the way that would talk to me, they wouldn't really ask me for what they would be doing. They would like go over me and go to my boss, and my boss would be like, that's the marketing director, ask her your marketing question, and that kind of stuff. Like they would just think that I didn't know the answer, or maybe my answer wasn't the final answer, whatever the case was. But that was definitely one thing I noticed. And then, I mean, obviously sometimes being a girl is a little bit harder. Sometimes guys hit on you, and that's never good, never fun, never good. You're like, this is supposed to be professional, work only, dude. And that was the thing when I first started. But I would have to say that I really haven't had too many problems in that category. And I think a lot of it is just because of my confidence. And I think being good at your job and being, on the ball and being friends with these people and making, connections, they get to really know you as like a you level. And then obviously, like I said, having the team that I have behind me obviously is a huge support system, and they definitely empower me to no end.
Yeah, nice. Fuck yeah, dude. Ain't
Yeah.
shit, dude. Yeah, it ain't shit. If you take it by the balls, it ain't shit. And actually, if you take it by what's the correct term for that's just a saying. Taking life by the balls. How would you say it as like in a woman's term? What would be a term for that?
No, but I mean, that kind of though is kind of the way I look at it. Like you should treat me the same way that you would treat somebody who has balls. Shit, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's kind of I make sure that we're on the same playing level, we're on the same field. So it's never like trying to, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, dude. So, where do you want to take this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have your job now. You're doing what you're doing. What are some things that you want to accomplish with what you're doing? Like, what is next for you? Like, how far do you want to take this thing?
Well, I'm obviously, like I said, I've been taking on a lot more. So I'm stepping into a bit of a bigger role here with the record labels. So it's not just only marketing and social media now. And I think that's really big for me. And obviously growing and staying on with Wakan and Susquanna and Liquid Stranger is my dream. I love my team so much. I love being a part of the team, and it's just super empowering. And then I think I want to, eventually I would love to bring on, another, an assistant, female employee. I would love to bring on another marketing person and really get that going and really helping empower women. That's super important to me. And I definitely would love to bring on more of that. And I definitely want to offer internships. I usually do 2 for the festival. I bring on also someone who wants to shadow me and learn. I do that as well for the festival. So for me, it's really about not only growing myself within the company, but also helping people grow within, and bringing them on and giving them the opportunities. Super
Yeah,
important.
dude. What were speaking of the festival, because you just brought it up? What were your favorite sets, man? Where did you have the most fun at? Because I know you were busy, bro. You were running around.
Busy girl.
You was busy. Did you make it to the stand up set? Did you stay there for that? Did you make that?
I did go to the stand-up set for a few minutes. I was running on a whopping 2 hours of sleep, but I made it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I loved, all of the sets as much as I could catch them, but I was all over the place and doing social media. So I was getting up. Our last set would end at 7 a.m. I'd go sleep for about 2-3 hours. And then I'd be right back up, and I'd have to, I'd be running the activations, and I'd be doing the social media and all the stage sets. So I was kind of all over the place. Like, I don't think I saw one full set at all. And it's just how it is when the festival happens. But I have to say, obviously one of my favorites would have to be the down tempo night with Liquid Stranger when we announced the Squan, because that was really, really, important and sentimental to us. That was super exciting. I loved, I'm trying to think who else set that I like really got to capture. Essex was a really good one. I loved his set. Obviously, you and Shanghai Doom. I got to see you guys go back to back. That was exciting. And I was really excited about some of the bus takeovers on the Jenga bus, the late nights. Those were super fun, super exciting. It was a really cool setup for sure.
Hell yeah, it was fun, man. Is it coming back next year?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't know if they've
We
announced
can
it or
only
not.
hope.
I thought you said yeah to what
No,
I just
we
said.
haven't announced anything. We can only hope. I mean, like I said, everyone's trying to be optimistic and trying to be hopeful for the future, but it really depends on all this pandemic and COVID-19 stuff. You know, hopefully people will start wearing their masks, stop going out, and wash your hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so how's your job going to change? Because, you know, you've kind of pivoted to doing different stuff whenever COVID came. Like, what's it going to pivot back to being whenever touring is back? Or are you going to have, like, are you just going to have to pick up even more work? Or is it just going to pivot to being a little different from you?
No, I will do the same thing. So once touring starts back up, I will be doing all of the marketing and social media for Liquid Stranger and his tours. And then a few other artists actually bring me on for freelance. I do some of their marketing, and that's all just advertising and just, you know, working with the promoters, making sure their posts are going up, all that kind of stuff that goes into it. But it will just be on my workload. Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Well, look, dude, you're going to be busy as hell. I can't thank you enough for coming on to the... Actually, I do got a question. So, you know, you're constantly sending music out to people. You're constantly talking to different artists and managers and shit like that. Have you met, like, an artist that you were just kind of like, oh, fuck, that's that artist? And, like, who was that? And, like, at what point was it? Or, you know, have you gotten an email from, like, a manager and been like, oh, fuck, this is that person? Like, has that happened yet?
I am trying to think, but I don't think so. I think a lot of the managers and agents that I work with, I had already worked with beforehand when I was doing the promotion, when I was working for the promotion company that I was with. So I knew a lot of them and I had worked with a lot of them already. I'm trying to think artist-wise, like who I was like, oh, damn, like, I don't know. You caught me. You stumped me on this one. I don't know.
Finally, a good question. Yes!
Good question. I'm like trying to think. I'm like, but I don't know. I might have to get back to you on that one. I can't even think.
Right on, dude. I've had a couple of those moments just on this show, dude. Like, there's been some times where I've talked to some people and I got done with doing the episode. I was like, fuck, that just happened. Honestly. It's like that's where it
you're
gets
like,
weird.
oh, like you mean like actually just like, oh, I got to like work with this person. I thought you meant like me not realizing who it was. I was
no,
like,
I'm talking about like, yeah, like working with somebody. And you're like, oh fuck, I just worked with that person, or oh wow, that's that artist. Wow.
I mean, honestly, I think every new artist that I get to work with, I say that because that's exciting. I mean, it's super exciting to work with new people, and it's super exciting to work with new music and new projects and new directions. So I get excited about every release and every artist we get to work with.
That
honestly.
was the safest damn answer that you've given all day, Chloe. Don't fucking bullshit me on this, dude. There's gotta be one. That's like asking a parent, like, who's your favorite kid? And they're like, I love all my kids equally, knowing that they fucking secretly hate one of them. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't like my nephew. I love my nieces. It's like one of those moments, okay?
Holy shit. I would have to say, I don't know. I don't know, Mitch. You've got me stumped here. I mean, I really do love everyone. Of course, there are some that can be a pain in my asses, but I love everyone. I'm one big love bug, I guess, over here at Wakan.
Well, I hope I ain't one of them pain in your asses, dude. I hope not.
You are not. You are not. I always look forward to our conversations because we always have good conversation and good laughs. And my favorite thing in the world is to laugh. Everyone knows that. So
yeah,
very good.
Well,
there.
I was looking forward to this conversation, and I cannot thank you enough for coming onto the show and talk to me, you know, talking to people about what it is you do. And, you know, just, it's been nice getting to talk to you. And I wanted to have you on the show for a while, but, you know, you kind of bailed on me one day, but, you know, I'm fucking with you, but,
I didn't I didn't fail, but I'm here now. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be on the show for sure. I love what you're doing.
Oh hell yeah, I appreciate it, Chloe. And how is it? Is it Suit? Is it Suit? Is the last name Suit? Chloe Suit?
My last name is Suit. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if it was
Used
Suit
to call me.
I didn't know if it was. Wait, they called you what? It cut out for a second. What did they call you?
In high school, they used to call me 3-piece, like a 3-piece suit.
Oh, bro, that ain't shit. They used to call me Mitch Draper, the bitch raper, and I was like, oh my god, you got it easy.
Oh my god, that's terrible! Holy shit! Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, I'll take 3-piece all day long.
All day. That's kind of a cool name, 3-piece.
It's a good one, right?
Actually, I just recently got the coolest nickname I've ever gotten. Fucking Boogie TV called me TV Wagwan. TV Boy Wagwan. And I was like, all right, that's kind of a cool nickname. TV Boy Wagwan was what he called me.
So now we need to make a remix of the song he did with Rusko, the Wagwan song. We need to put you in the background just dancing to it.
TV Boy Wagwan.
Here you go. Wagwan.
Well, anyway, dude.
We'll make a music video for the track.
Oh, dude, I got some music videos I want to make for some dumb shit. I ain't gonna lie. For some dumb shit. But look, dude, I know you're a busy gal, and once again, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show, and I will talk to you later.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Mitch.
All right, peace out, dude. And that was Miss Chloe Suit, everybody. Big shout out to her coming on the show. I've wanted to have her on for a good minute now, so I'm glad we're able to do that. And her story's pretty cool, man. I do have people hit me up all the time and just talk to me all the time and be like, man, I would just love to, work in the music industry, or I'd love to, somehow get involved, or man, I'd love to have a job, where I'm just helping artists or doing all this, just being in that realm around all that music and just industry stuff. And it's possible, dude. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to just be an artist to actually have a career in the music industry. You don't have to, be a manager or fucking an agent. There's so many other routes. There's so many different avenues. All you have to do is just put yourself in a position and fucking work at it, dude. And that's what she did. So it was cool to talk to her about that stuff, man. And I hope all y'all enjoyed that episode. I enjoy talking to her. It's always a good time. I've known her for a couple years now, and yeah, every interaction I have with her is fantastic. So big shout out to her. Big thanks to her for coming on the show. Big thanks to all y'all for listening this week, man. I really appreciate it. I really do. And I'll see y'all next week. We're going to keep it rolling, baby. Party don't stop. I love y'all. Be good. I want y'all to try something this week, man. I've been doing this. I've only been doing this for a few days now, but I've actually been finding it very healthy. Is at the end of the day, I have notes in my phone because I have my handwriting is fucking horrible. It's literally the handwriting of a first grader, and a lot of it's not spelled correctly. So thank God for iPhones and autocorrect. But what I've been doing is writing down my favorite part of the day. You know what I'm saying? Reflecting on just every day at the end of the day, what has been my favorite part of the day. And I've just been finding it really healthy to sit there, because a lot of times you don't think about it. A lot of the days you just lay down, go to bed, and then you wake up and start a new one. But I've been finding it to really be helpful to focus on that one positive thing, or that one thing I really enjoyed most out of the day. Hey, like that was a fucking, that was cool. That was a great day. That part of the day made my day. And focus on the positives rather than the negatives. Because some people go to bed and think about, fuck, man, that happened and that sucked today. But it's like, maybe not let's focus on that stuff. Maybe let's try to focus on the things that did make us happy, things that really made the day a good day for us. And I know there might not be a thing, someday it might even still be a shit day. You know what I'm saying? Those happen. But even on those shit days, it's really nice to focus on what made the day good for you or better for you. So it's just a challenge, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it. I just started doing it, and I'm just saying I've been liking it, and maybe you will too. So go ahead and give that a try. Anyway, I love y'all. Be good. See y'all next week. Peace.